lots of UFO stuff to talk about today, so get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. This was sent to me by Larry. Thank you so much, Larry. This footage is amazing. The other day I was wondering if we were ever going to see any of the footage from the Chris Bledsoe C5, where supposedly over 100 objects were seen in the sky by many people, including Science Bob McGuire. Well, Larry sent me this amazing video. It doesn't show 100 objects, but it shows several really awesome UFOs, whatever they are. So let's take a listen, or a gander. That is amazing! You gotta see that again. You gotta see that again, guys. These UFOs, whatever they are, orbs, fireball UFOs, I don't even know what those things are. Clearly putting on a display, an intentional display, flying in formation and everything, for this mass audience, or this large audience. This is just a brilliant example of C5, especially when it's done by somebody like Chris Bledsoe, let's be honest. Maybe not everybody would get this sort of result, but still an incredible thing. And it just shows you how special Chris is and how special Chris's connection to the phenomenon is. But anybody can do CE5. I've done CE5 multiple times, and we've had success every single time we've done CE5. It doesn't look like this, but yeah, we've gotten success every single time. The first one was probably the most amazing. Multiple people were having experiences with other dimensional entities, and they were very positive, very cool, like half out-of-body experiences. Really, really neat stuff. But we've seen objects in the sky and other stuff as well. So yeah, C5 is amazing. Personal contact with the phenomenon, not just the UFO phenomenon, but the greater phenomenon as well, as I call it, which is all the various phenomena. They all seem to be connected, whether that's, you know, Bigfoot or UFOs or near-death experiences or you name it. They all seem to be connected. So I call it the greater phenomenon. And, you know, anybody can access it. Anybody can get in touch with the greater phenomenon, and whatever that means to you. Maybe you want to have a more of a spiritual relationship. Maybe you want to do a C5 and see objects in the sky. But yeah, it's just a thing, guys. And but go into it with love and light. Don't go into it with fear or distrust or hate or anything like that, because you tend to get what you put out, and it'll meet you halfway often. And I'm not saying that's, you know, a blanket explanation for all contact experiences. It's not. But it definitely seems to be a factor in a lot of them, including most of my own. So anyway, but thank you very much, Larry, for sending me this awesome footage. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below, and let me know if you've seen any additional footage, because apparently there is, you know, a footage of, hopefully, of over 100 objects from this CE5 experience. Can't wait to see it. Meanwhile, Lou Elizondo has some really intriguing comments. I love that Lou is making the rounds again and putting stuff out there. Here he is talking about the hitchhiker effect, for example, from Skinwalker Ranch.
If you're going to go to the scene of a fire, don't be surprised when you come home and your shirt smells like smoke.
Yeah, and Lou would know because he's had orbs in his house. He's experienced the Skinwalker, or excuse me, the hitchhiker effect. And many people have that go to places like Skinwalker Ranch or, you know, haunted dwellings, etc. You know, I myself have experienced that to some extent as well. I even had a negative attachment once. I made a dedicated video on that, so go check that out. It was an unpleasant but brief experience. But yeah, it's amazing that people are opening up more about these sorts of experiences that do seem to show that we're not strictly dealing with the nuts and bolts phenomenon, that there is other stuff going on. Lou had a lot of great things to say, and one of them was the meaning of the word imminent.
Wow. The word imminent, you know, You write, actually in the foreword of the book, you say, this is not meant that there's, some sort of imminent threat necessarily. But I'm not gonna lie, when I spend time with you, we've spent a decent amount of time together, I get the sense that you're sitting on things that feel like very hard truths. It feels like your existence, like you want to say more, and you feel like you're holding it together, and that's a tough spot to be in. And so, to the extent you can talk about what might be imminent, what is imminent?
Time is not a luxury that we can afford. The time has come. We need to start having the conversation collectively. We should have had it a while ago, but we really need to start having the conversation.
Yeah, so what does that mean, guys? What sort of timetable might we be dealing with? Because I've heard multiple possibilities that could explain that. That we had entered into a contract with beings, and that contract has now expired, and things might start to be about to happen. And there's various other explanations and theories about what could be imminent. And we will see in the days and years ahead. Is it going to be now that the contract may have expired? Is it going to be in 2027, which is what multiple people are saying, or 2026? Chris Bledsoe also corroborates that date, and he might even be traveling to Utah to await the arrival of the lady during that time period. And if Chris thinks the lady is going to show up during that time period, and he makes that location public, you can better believe it that your pal Jack is going to be there along with many others awaiting the arrival of the lady. Wouldn't that be amazing? So what do you think Lou means here? What is imminent? Is a catastrophic disclosure? Is that catastrophic disclosure coming from us, or is it coming from them, or is it something else altogether? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Meanwhile, it should come as no surprise that George Bush Sr. was read in to the UFO program.
George W. Bush was very interested in disclosure, he and Cheney, and they were thinking about, disclosure, and they did this sort of net assessment study on it with their national security.
Well, Bush's father was aware. He was briefed into the UAP.
Director of the CIA for a very long time.
Correct. And there's a backstory there too. I'm probably not at liberty to discuss, but George Bush Sr. was briefed into the UAP.
Yeah, he was briefed into it. That's what I've heard before. I've heard he wasn't briefed into it because he was president. He was briefed into it because he was the director of the CIA. The CIA has long been involved with UFOs, so that should come as no big surprise, but it's really interesting to have Lou Elizondo confirm that. Okay, we've got to talk about the jellyfish UFO, but I think it would be a nice segue to go from Lou to the jellyfish UFO, because the jellyfish UFO is not an isolated example.
About that?
Yeah, this is a witness of the 1952 UFO Washington, D.C. flyover.
Two of my friends were standing on the sidewalk talking down on Wiley Street Northeast. And while we were talking, just happened to look up to see this thing going up in the air. Looked like a huge jellyfish. I said, what the hell is the jellyfish doing up going? And it just was going up and up, and like the jellyfish was in the water or whatever. At the bottom of it, looking at it, it looks like looking into a volcano when you see reddish and black,
the lava
bubbling, lava bubbling or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Okay, bubbling lava jellyfish back in the 1950s. And now, potentially, we have more jellyfish with bubbling lava. These images are making the rounds. This weird jellyfish UFO with this, balloon-like circular or spherical head, and this dripping, potentially lava-like, or even, I don't know if it's spider or lava, whatever that is, stuff hanging down below it. Is it more bubbly and lava-like, or are they more like spider legs? Is it like liquid appendages? What's going on there? If this is real, I mean, it could be AI created. I mean, who knows? Who knows what this object is? But obviously, we have seen the jellyfish UFO released by Jeremy Corbell. This guy right here is that photo, this guy right there, is that something like that? Or is it just a bunch of hooey? It's, we don't know where that image is coming from. It's an anonymous Redditor, and it's shared by Chaos Moogle, who I love. I love Chaos Moogle. But, we don't know who put this up. So what do you guys think? Are these new images of this jellyfish UFO, are they legit? Or are they BS? Could it be a clear picture of something like this? Or like that witness to the 1950s UFO experience, that jellyfish molten lava thing that he was seeing? Is that this thing? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Meanwhile, did King Charles fly in a UFO? Well, the rumor going around is that is one of the things that's going to be in the upcoming documentary about the royal family and their connection to the paranormal and UFOs. That King Charles, he flew in a prototype UFO, so a man-made UFO in Canada. So are the Canadians better at UFO technology than the British? Do the British not have their own UFOs and they have to go to Canada to fly around in a UFO? Or maybe it's so compartmentalized in the UK that they couldn't fly around in it there and it was less compartmentalized. Who knows, guys? Let me know your theories. Is this all BS? And why does King Charles need to fly around in a prototype UFO? Isn't he a lizard person? Shouldn't he have his own UFO? Let me know your thoughts. Meanwhile, Matt Ford says that, so apparently a group of scientists are considering suing McWest. That would be hilarious. With all due respect, McWest. But yeah, I mean, I think it probably all hinges on whether he is actually part of guerrilla skeptics. The disinformation people on Wikipedia trying to suppress UFO information and put out false information. If he's part of that and actively spreading disinformation and potentially defaming people and stuff like that, that could open him up to lawsuits if they can prove that he is part of that. So we'll see where that story goes. Either way, it's going to be interesting. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about it all in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. I sure would appreciate it. Smash the like button and the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. Love to see you guys there. If you want to support Cosmic Road in a bigger way, consider grabbing a coffee mug or a t-shirt in the merch store below. T-shirts look like this. They're pretty awesome. You can also buy one of my books. I'm a novelist. I write science fiction, fantasy, and horror novels. See the link to Amazon below. You can also become a channel member because channel members are rock stars, and I really appreciate your support. And so does Benny. Meanwhile, there's plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with the Cosmic Road, signing out.